Day. From Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, it's Week 9 of the NFL on EA Sports. New England Patriots versus Matt Ryan and the Indianapolis Colts.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. All the success in New England over the last few decades, and this crowd has never been more enthusiastic. A moment ago, the Pats emerged from their locker room. They are set as they'll square off with the Indianapolis Colts. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Patriots team entering play. The first 2 months of the regular season down, and the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9. And the opening kickoff will not be returned as that will be a touchback. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And it's sort of a welcome home for the former Boston College quarterback here in the Northeast. It's Matt Ryan.
Has to feel comfortable being back in that environment because he was beloved when he was on that campus in Chestnut Hill. And when we say calm, cool, and collected, that's exactly what we're talking about when it comes to Matt Ryan. Not much more welcoming. He knows how to maintain his game and up it when the big moments need to occur.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 9 carries, 76 yards.
He's having a nice season, and he knows where he ranks in the league. Don't ever let a running back tell you that they don't know that. They do. So what he's doing now, lobbying the offensive coordinator all week long, hey, how about a few more touches? He's one big game away from maybe leading the league.
And he'll be tackled around the 35. Throw on third down. Oh, that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up fourth down. It's a 42-yard bunt that gave him just a yard on the return. And the Patriots take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They're led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Mac Jones.
And there's a lot of good to watch in the game last week. He threw 4 touchdown passes. A little bit of concern throwing the 2 interceptions.
Yeah, the 2 picks.
Yeah, you want the ratio really to be closer to 3-1 as opposed to the 2-1 that he had. But it is something to build on. They didn't get the win, didn't they?
He can't get rid of it. He's taken down. But DeForest Buckner using those big hands and getting in there and bringing him down for the sack. And they get to him right out of the gate. And this defense hoping that that's a harbinger of things to come.
Yeah, when you give up a first-play sack, makes your quarterback wonder if he's going to go to the sidelines and talk with his offense coordinator and head coach and say, hey, you know that game plan we put together? We might need to change it right now.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. Now Jones. Nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up fourth down. A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. 5-3, their record at the halfway point. And you have to imagine that there are folks saying, hey, if we do that again in the second half, we're 10-6 and we're a playoff team.
I do think, though, that they have a couple of things working against them. And number one, the schedule, that's going to toughen up a bit because they've got some division games down the stretch, and those are always difficult. Number two, you know they've got to stay healthy. That's the key to getting to the playoffs and winning in the playoffs. But they've got a shot at it. This is a good football team.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll try the left side with Taylor. He is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. Here's Ryan to throw. And this is is going to be incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive.
A 6-2 is their record through the first 8 weeks. Now, Charles, what is your assessment for them in the second half of the season?
Well, I think that the road gets a little bit tougher for them. And when I look at their schedule, I see some of these road games, and I know those are going to be difficult. But this is a good team, so I'm going to go with 11-5. That seems about right, and I think that'd be a nice accomplishment too.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They hand this off to Harris. A look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. There isn't a coach alive who wouldn't like those numbers. Well over 100 yards and a touchdown, too.
Partner, I think all the coaches who are in that great coaching box in the sky would take those numbers.
So dead or alive?
Either way, they would take that production.
Now a pass dropped off here for James White. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. Calling a gain of 40 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense ball pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you get after your running back, and it can turn into a big game downfield. What a nice job they did get into it quickly and holding it to a short game. And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open just a little underneath him, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Throwing Jones. And a dump off to White. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop, you keep throwing it. Occasionally, you break a tackle and turn into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Back to throw again. We'll find Parker again, complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Found that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
Those faster passes when they're going that fast. Any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defender to grab as well.
And a good point there is they were able to connect. Now Jones throwing on 1st down. We'll drop it underneath to White. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it's a 2nd down. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And this won't be enough to pick up the 1st. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
The Patriots will bring on the field goal unit from the left hash. This from 37. And Folks' kick is good. And the Patriots jump out to a 3-0 lead. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that, but in the NFL, defense is awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball to the post and take the turn.
By the way, I say bow tie, I meant just
either
not the time, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Indy's set to go on offense once more. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's Ryan. They'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's Taylor. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. They got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2. Now it's Ryan. The pass underneath, here's Hines with it. And he is going to have a Colts first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out of the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we've hardly ever seen anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. The throw is Ryan. He finds Taylor, complete. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Working with a 2nd and 3. On the handoff, Taylor.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they followed him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
And his throw is going to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Down the gun, it's Ryan. Left side, and it's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the 2nd quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
The Colts with a first red zone opportunity in the ball game. This is 1st and goal from about the 8. Now Ryan. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Mo Alley Cox, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts have taken the lead.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. Now this is up and good to make it 7-3. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays, and it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. The New England offense to see what they can do this time. They come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So that if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. And the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, one week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it. Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Off play action. Jones.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Complete. Hunter Henry with the ground. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. The completion there lines up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Patriots send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That's how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Down. Another touchdown, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. To throw again on second down, Ryan. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. The Colts on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, Ryan. And this pass broken up. The contact all time there. And now 4th down. Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. Let's take it inside his own 40. 49-yard punt. 5 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Damian Harris of the Patriot offense ready to take over again. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try to mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Quiddy Payne. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
To try again after the sack. Jones under pressure, and they got to him again. Quiddy Payne able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah, it's not been their bread and butter. I don't know, is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and you're putting it to good use.
Work now for Jones and the Patriots here after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Well, the dime look that time on defense just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
The Patriots send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Going to be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Colts football and Michael Pittman, helmet back on and ready to go. Second quarter here, he has only 1 catch, but they have the lead. You got to think there's going to be more involved at some point.
That's what you would expect, but sometimes what defenses do to take away a player of his magnitude, it costs them in other areas. And right now, with them losing, they may have to change their focus, and maybe he will open up a little bit more as the game goes on.
So far, just the single catch. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. The Colts on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They're going to play action now. Ryan. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's Ryan. And that's off the mark. Incomplete.
That's a nice job there because you got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. He's able to knock that one away.
Back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Ryan. That's going to get there. Down he goes. And Judah make And they run in zone coverage there with a man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. 51 yards on the punt there. Here comes Mac Jones and the rest of the Patriots offense. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with a quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. They turn to Harris to begin the drive. Well, he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one is starting to drive. You put a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
Well, the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. On the give, this is Harris. And once again, this Colts defense stops him behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
New England on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Back to throw. Jones finding Bone here over the middle. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. It'll be a gain of 8, but also lead to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Patriots send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. So here are the Colts to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak and right now looking good in this one as well. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They're going to play action with Ryan. Well, he's caught Michael Pittman with it. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. He finds his man complete. It's Pierce. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
We can talk about it like it's just a basic route, but how about the timing on this one? Lined up on the right, runs a deep in route, and how about the throw? Right on the money. Bam, puts it right in there and on his hands. Nice completion, really good pickup.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now a handoff, Taylor with it. And this time they were ready for him as they stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Ryan. And the timing a bit off that time as he moves forward to the ground. The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Ryan. Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Mo on the Colts. The completion good for 6, and they'll bring it forward.
The coverage was tight that time. They allowed the pass underneath to him, but they rallied to him pretty fast too. Converged on him and got him down. That'll bring up 4th down.
Rodrigo Blankenship for the Colts field goal. And this one a 41-yard attempt.
Blankenship's kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
New England trying to get a place on offense. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are. But let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. On the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
From the 29, Jones. Seeing nowhere to follow, he chucks this one away from Howard. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Jones on 3rd down. Flushed out right. 1st down and much more here for Jones. He's just shy of the 40. Big play there on the screen.
That definitely hurts because the mindset is getting a 3 and out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a 1st down.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. It's complete. James White. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll bring up a 2nd down. Back to throw. Jones. This will be good when he's got it. And finally down it goes. As they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
The speed with which this offense can get down the field is taking them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up for the 1st and goal.
Chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Jones. Escaping the pressure right. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. And the ball smacked down on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Holding the pressure. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. DeForest Buckner able to record his 5th sack of the season. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? Look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, I'll be bringing in extra people. As the ball in the quarterback's hands.
And this is great. Touchdown, Patriots. Kevin Bourne, his 3rd touchdown down the field. And the Patriots are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the 1st half. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more. Reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That's a nice play.
Full connects on the extra point. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This fielded right at the goal line. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Colts about to go on offense one final time in this 1st half. And the clock reads 30 seconds to go, so really not a whole lot of time to speak of. 30 seconds remain in this 1st half as they come up here 1st and 10. Ryan. Goes down. It's a Patriots sack. The safety blitz turns out to be a good call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9. Free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes to the quarterback, he better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
So we reach halftime here in a good one. 10-10 is our score. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thank you very much. How you doing, everyone? Meanwhile, in our game, it's been as tight as we expected. All tied through one half of play. For the call in the second half, let's get it back to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And no return from Montgomery. Bring it out to the 25. The Patriots taking over to start quarter number 3. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Jones. Here he's got it. Down the right side. And down it goes, but he takes it up to the 30.
When the offense reads blitz, it doesn't matter where it's coming from. Tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because it should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
They'll run on first down. It's Harris. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 42 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll run it here. This is James White. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll give to Harris. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking in the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive going right here.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On the ground, it's Harris. And not much running room. Out of the 32. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd down, it's White. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. Looking to throw. Jones. This is Parker complete. And he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. And Folks' kick is good. And they will take the lead at 13-10. They didn't get a touchdown here in the opening drive of the 3rd quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. And they find themselves down on the scoreboard following the field goal a moment ago.
And I think even though they trail in the game now, I would consider that a win for their defense, and that's probably what they're telling the offense when they get to the bench. Hey, the onus is on you guys now. Get back out there and get us the lead back.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That's a really nice jump run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their height with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Ryan. And incomplete on the deep ball.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so trying to get something out of it, running back unsuccessfully.
Now it's Ryan. And it is seems off. Now here's Roberto Sanchez. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. So here are the Patriots to take over. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Harris. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defense in front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
From the 29, Jones. Right side, Henry's got it. That's real good for another couple that brings up 3rd down. From the gun, Jones. He'll let this go deep for Bourne. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And when he taken down the first, he gets deep into Indianapolis territory. Big play there for New England. The defense, they were full on that post route. They just couldn't make the play.
And the offense definitely tried to fool them, because you saw the other route combinations, didn't you? Anything that they were running, trying to draw attention away from the deep part of the field, but still had it covered, yeah, they were able to come up with a nice play.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Now Harris. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. It'll be Jones himself on the option. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
Well, that call makes sense, because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they showed passing coordination, they showed the shotgun, then they ran out of it. That was a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
It's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Jacoby Myers, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, and the Patriots add 6 to their lead. Circle that drive, because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give him a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting it on the ropes, because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Off the extra point is Folk. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it ends with a New England touchdown. Set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wanted to go nowhere.
You know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes just all that, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep him warm. He might need a massage from a trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Here's Ryan. Gets this to Campbell out on the right side. That throw good for him. Brings up 3rd down. They'll try and run for the first return. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line. 4th down now. So 2.
I see a shaking the head as he gets up. You got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts, because he definitely needs some assistance.
Now here's Roberto Sanchez as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Damian Harris and the Patriot offense ready to take over again. After some early struggles running the ball, they've really picked it up. But early it just seemed like there were no holes there. Now all of a sudden, the holes seem to be there. I don't know if that's just my imagination.
And give them credit that they kept their confidence, because sometimes when you get stuffed big in the running game early, especially for an entire half, everyone makes you retreat a little bit, but not this group. They always have the confidence, and they just get their assignments down, they get in sync with their runners, and off they went.
Once more on 2nd and 10. Jones will be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
For the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down. Back to throw. Jones. Oh, he brought down by the Colts. And that'll bring up third down on a big sack with a loss of 5. Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react.
The Patriots send out their punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. Hines there on the return. A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. On second down now, it's Taylor.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up the first down, keep the sticks moving.
The throw here is complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. On second down, it's Taylor. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's see, I'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. From midfield now, here's Ryan. He'll get this one to Pittman. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Play action, it's Ryan. Pressure here, and down he goes. Shot back about the 43-yard line. And shootout. And then again, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Remember throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. They put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears big time indeed. The Colts on third down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 at this point. This is 3rd and 17. He finds his man out complete. It's Pierce. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 35. A 2-score game, obviously. Every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Looking to throw. Ryan. Pass incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Well, that'll be incomplete. But he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line are able to keep leverage, are able to keep people around, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble. And down 4th down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He hit his first one. Chris from 44 yards out now. Blankenship's kick is good. And we'll tighten this one up a bit now. 1-score game at 20-13. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
New England's offense set to go. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive, Jones. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again for the 25-yard line. They'll run. Here's Harris. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Jones now to throw on 3rd down. Throw it incomplete. The Patriots send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal. I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not all now joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So he'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
Maybe more down the other defense. We'll see. Off the play fake. Here's Ryan. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Important play right here, 3rd and 10.
Now we expect pressure here.
On 3rd down, Ryan. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Taylor. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 47. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. And a great job on special teams to down it as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line. Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. That one maybe his best yet.
They certainly got his leg loose by now. It kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position, and he loved to play defense.
Here's Jones on 1st and 10. And he finds Baker here complete. Even laying there the first down completion. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones over the middle complete. That's right. And it'll be about a 4-yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. On 1st down, Harris. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Back to throw. Jones. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. Now Jones on 3rd down. He gets it into the arms of Parker. Complete. And able to break one tackle and then quickly brought down. Nice little gain. They do get 9, but leads to 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating, there he is, and he passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
The Patriots send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Indianapolis offense ready to go again. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them.
The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. He's now recorded 10 sacks on the season. When you see a quarterback retreating away from the line of scrimmage toward the goal line like that, usually doesn't end well.
You're exactly right about that. Normally, if they're moving from side to side, they've got a chance maybe to get back upfield. He was trying to shake defenders and extend the play, but it doesn't work out very well for them at all. You need those extra yards on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Now you're digging a hole for your offense.
Reception good for 7. It's 3 down. Operating from the gun, Ryan. He finds his man, complete. That's Pierce. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
Like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. Campbell making the catch. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. On second down, it's Taylor. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 60 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries.
I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Play action, Ryan. Looking for Campbell downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was looking that time to get it to Paris Campbell. And it's 2nd down. Throwing again. Ryan. This one complete to Doolin. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short. So it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Give him to Taylor. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
Well, sometimes, Brandon, it's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big 3rd down conversion. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
Well, you know you don't want to make a mistake in that area, so you make sure you make a smart throw. Throw it out towards the sidelines. If you overshoot your guy, so be it. It's just the incompletion that we saw there.
On 2nd down now, it's Taylor. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz it running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzes, they come up a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Blankenship out for the point after. And no sweat. He puts it through. And we are tied here in the 4th. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown. Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try and grab that lead back. Now Jones. Looking outside, he's got him in. That's Henry. And from the 25, they bring this to the 29, a gain of 4.
And there's a completion to the tight end. Look at the size of these players nowadays. That that spot. 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a score to break this tie. Jones throwing into the hands of Henry here. They'll be out of bounds right at the 40. To throw is Jones. Finds White. Out there for a gain of 7. And it'll make it second down. Now the Patriots moving quickly, hustling up to the line. Meanwhile, Jones throw there complete to Miles. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. On third down, a run from White. That'll be a loss of 2 on the play. And now to bring up fourth down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Jones. This is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Colts are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Throwing now is Ryan. That's going to be caught by Allen Cox. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Ryan to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. After the incomplete pass here now is 2nd and 10. Now Ryan. Got his man completed. That's Pierce. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. First and 10, Taylor Young. Might have got this one down to the 28, and that's all. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. Second down, another run with Taylor. The Patriots will take their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. On third down, here's Taylor. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of first. Only a yard on the pickup there. It's going to leave him with a fourth down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tight on one side. I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And his kick here is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So it's not quite over yet, but you have to figure they pretty well got this one on ice now.
And Brandon, I'm trying to figure out how they remain so calm in these situations and then go out and execute, because I appreciate the like a leaf, and I wasn't willing to make it a kick.
They look calm, but I bet if you had a heart rate monitor on them, they'd be up in the 300s right now. New England with the first down as they begin the drive. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And the Colts are going to hang on the final play to get the turnover to seal this football game. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Bring down defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
So for the Colts, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they will be at home for one next week against the Las Vegas Raiders. Meanwhile, for New England, the loss will drop them to 6-3 now on the year. And they're going to get an extra week to stew over this as they're not back in action until week 11. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.